we're gonna do today is rank all the One Piece arcs. I want to start off first with explaining my tiers. First is trash, right? Everyone knows trash. It's an arc that like I wouldn't watch. This is an arc or I wouldn't read. Again, like if on reread I would skip, but I wouldn't skip it on a reread. Just saying, but like just saying, if there were an arc to be skipped, it would be that one. All right. D, it's okay, right? I enjoyed it. It's fine, you know. It's just I didn't enjoy it. I no feelings towards it, no disdain, nor positive feelings. It's just okay. And then C, I think C is just decent. Like it says, it's decent. I'm okay with watching it. I'm down to read it, right? When I read it again. But I wouldn't really enjoy it that much. I'll be like, okay, I appreciate its existence, right? B, we're actually getting to the good territory now. Like this arc is good. This arc is like it has its flaws, but I like it, right? This is a good arc. A is where it's at, right? We get to the arcs that we're actually enjoying now. These arcs are like really good. I would watch it again. I would actually really like. I would recommend people. S is like arcs where I'm like, okay, if you get to this arc and you don't like One Piece, GG, you won't like the story, right? Like this is the peak, as flawless as an arc can get, right? And then lastly, and most importantly, is the perfect arc. Like an arc that I genuinely wouldn't change a thing about it. Like we're good. This is the perfect arc. No flaws. All right. So with that being said, let's get to it. We're gonna start off with Romance Dawn. It's for what it does to the story. It's essential, right? But it's not. It's just bread, you know, stale bread. Like it's but you know, it's there. You know what I mean? So I think it's a perfect placement for decent, right? And then we get to Orange Town. Orange Town, okay, hot take. Maybe you disagree, right? Orange Town is actually really good. I really like Orange Town. I would put it at B. Hear me out. This is the arc that hooked me with One Piece. A lot of people say it's Baratie, Arlong Park, right? But for me, it was this arc. Dude, the moment Luffy sat next to that dog, okay, I was sold. That's it. No more. All right, this is cinema. I am in for the long haul. 1,000 episodes, 2,000 episodes, I'm in. You know what I mean? That was the arc that sold me. That moment especially, right? So that arc, it holds a special place in my heart. But I still, with all that being said, like I can't give it more than a B. Like with the stuff that was coming up, like, you know, there's also levels to this. Next up is Syrup Village. And I might piss off some people. Yeah, I don't like it that much. It's not that good. It's just not. It's boring. The villain is boring. I'm sorry, but Usopp was boring in this arc. I love him later, but he didn't have me on board here. It was just a boring arc. The villains were just so mid. I think One Piece villains like do so much for the story, and this one was just not it, dude. And the only person in his crew that had substance was him, right? The rest were just NPCs. And even him, he was trash. And the rest of the arc is just mid. Yeah, we get Mary. Yeah, we get Usopp. But it's just a mid arc, dude. It's not even mid. It's just boring. It's just a boring arc. Cannot say for Arlong Park, dude. Arlong Park. You know I said about Chosu, about the dog in Orange Town? That's where I got hooked. I'm in, boys. Okay, yeah. For this one, it was instant. I loved Arlong Park. That was the moment I was like, okay, I said 2,000 episodes. Now I'm on 3,000, dude. Like that's the arc where it was just something else. It was perfect. It had build up. It had the emotional substance that would later on become like a massive part of One Piece. It had it had the best backstory up until this point with Nami. It gave so much character to the Straw Hats. And here, like before, Luffy was amazing. Like I mentioned, the moment when he sat next to the dog. But then the entire arc, him deciding not to know exactly what Nami is going through, just helping her because he wants to help her, dude, that sold me on the character, you know? Like, he's such a good guy for his friends. He's just an understanding guy, you know? And yeah, that's it. Like, this arc is what One Piece becomes later on, you know what I mean? Like, it's exactly the type of arc that you get to, and if you don't like it, okay, you might not love One Piece. I mean, I disagree, right? But like, this is the arc. This is the level ground arc. This is the arc where the good begins. You know what I mean? Like, people say, oh, it only gets good at episode 200. Nah, it's this arc. Baratie, look, it's good, right? Don't get me wrong. I love it. But, and introduce Sanji, my favorite Straw Hat after Luffy, right? It had the Mihawk fight. The Fraud Hawk allegations began there, dude. The only feat that Mihawk has. But I don't think it matches up to Arlong or like the later arcs. Like, Arlong can compete. It doesn't compete with the later arcs, but it's the ground level for the next arcs, right? Don't get me wrong. Like, Baratie is good. Baratie is good, but I don't think it's Arlong level. And I don't think it can you can put it on the same level as the next ones. Like, Arlong is just the only arc from the East Blue Saga that I can put next to the goats, next to the greats. You know what I mean? It is better than Orange Town. Yes, it is better than Orange Town. But same tier. It doesn't have what it takes to go up here next to Arlong, right? I just don't think so. Logue Town, it's good. Don't get me wrong, but it's just decent. You know, it has to be there. It had its great moments with Luffy imitating Roger, with Dragon showing up again, his only feat in the entire story, showing up and stopping Smoker. We get introduced to Smoker. We get to the Declaration of Dreams, all that. But that's it. That's all it is. It's a great setup arc for what's to come, and a wrap up arc for what we just went through. But that's it. It doesn't go above that, for me at least, right? I think it's just decent. It has to be there. It does what it does well, really well. So Reverse Mountain, I also think it's right here, right? It's good. It's hilarious. And the Laboon story, the Laboon story was amazing. The gags with Crocus were so hilarious. But it just doesn't have much else to it. It just doesn't have much. Like, we got to the Grand Line, and what's next, boys? What's next? Right? There's really nothing to it. I think it's just okay, right? I think it's not even just decent. I think it's just okay. Same with Whisky Peak. I put it above Logue Town and Romance Dawn, but again, it's just, it doesn't have it. It doesn't hit. Like, it's I know it's a setup arc for the Alabasta saga, but it just, you know. It has Zoro beating up an entire island solo, but it just doesn't hit for me. Hot take, dude. It just doesn't hit for me. I like Zoro, but I'm more of a Sanji fan. Hey, hate me, but you know, I just don't think. If you're a Zoro fan, I understand. You'd put it like, you would rate it highly, but for me, it's just high. It's okay. It's there and it does its job. Next up, though. Again, dude, it's decent. Little Garden was really good. Actually, is it decent or good? I feel like I'm confused with this one, because Little Garden, it had some hilarious moments. It had the introduction of Mr. Prince, right? Hilarious moments like when Zoro was about to turn into a statue. We had Mr. 3. I love Mr. 3. We got introduced to Elbaf, to the Giants, to the Giant culture. I think Logue Town is the best out of these. I think that's how I'd put it. It's good. It doesn't have the oomph, you know what I mean? It doesn't have the punch of later arcs. Like, literally the one right after it. Oh my god, it's peak. Oda was on a cooking spree. Luffy climbing the mountain, that alone puts it above that entire tier. That scene alone, dude. Let me cook. Like, actually, it's genuinely really, really good. I wouldn't put it above decent. You know? I don't know. I think that's the basis for what a B tier arc is. Is it B or A? The villain is garbage though. He later becomes good, right? He's kind of mid. He's really mid. As a fact, that even the anime and Oda know that it's mid. Dude, in the movie remake that they did, they completely removed him and added a brother to him. That's how you know a character is just mid. He's not him. I think that's the only thing that holds it from going to the tier above, right? But it's amazing. I love it. All right, next up, we get to Alabasta. And our first S tier, dude. Alabasta is amazing. Oh my god. Hey, I was just reading it yesterday. I was just reading the climax yesterday. It's so good. It's so good, and it lives up, you know? The first time we build up to an arc and we actually get to it, and it matches what the build up was, and it builds on it and becomes really good. To me, I would put it, I think it's the bottom of S tier, but it's still S tier, you know? But it was amazing nonetheless. Yeah, Luffy and Alabasta was struggling. He got defeated 3 times, dude. This was the base. I think that was the first time we've seen Luffy get cooked so hard, right? He was taking L after L after L, and that's what makes Luffy good. Like, he doesn't get a training arc or something. No, he trains throughout the arc. He improves. He gets creative. This is the first time where we see him like get really creative with how he's gonna deal with a villain. Nah, it was really good. So remember what I said about Alabasta being the bottom of S tier? I take it back, actually. I take it back. Because Jaya is the bottom of S tier. I love Jaya. Jaya is just amazing. We got the introduction to Blackbeard. Luffy going to the sky. Luffy believing in his dream. Luffy getting beat up. We saw the flamingo for the first time. Yes, it is S tier. Dude, you could say it's... Okay, I will... budged under 0 influence, but like, yeah, I would say, sure, it's A tier. It's not S. It's not the same level as like an Alabasta, but it's still really good. I think it's the top of A. I would put it above Arlong Park. We get a peek of Nolan's backstory. We get the reveal that Sanji was born in the North Blue. That's something huge. It's a really, really good setup arc. I think it does set up better than the 3 arcs of the Alabasta saga, but it's just amazing. Luffy punching Bellamy. I think it's equal to Arlong Park. Yeah, me saying it was S tier, that was too much, right? Yeah, it is character rich like Arlong. Oh, it's more thematic than character rich. I can see that, but I feel like we got Luffy to display his character a lot in this arc, and we got to see Zoro being like him, Zoro jumping in and like supporting his captain no matter what. I think it was really good, and yes, it is really thematic. Like here, we set up the base of what the Straw Hat crew dynamics is gonna be like. Like, this is the kinship that we have as the Straw Hat crew. I think here, this is what our story is about. No matter what, no matter how many people laugh at us, no matter how we get ridiculed, no matter how many times we get cooked, we're gonna do what we do. What Luffy says is gonna go, you know what I mean? I think it's equal in that regard. Like, thematically, it's equal to the character basis of Arlong Park. And I think it just is the best setup arc so far as we got. Next up is Skypiea, and obviously it's S. Yeah, like, there is just no argument about it. There's just no argument about it. You know what I mean? Like, with how the story leveled up and it being still really thematically relevant up until this point, and the political themes that in this arc are just amazing, out of this world, you know what I mean? It's just really good. I would say, like, the only flaw you can point to is it's kind of slow at the beginning, but once it picks up, it picks up. And Enel is better than Crocodile. Hot take. Oh my god, nah. Enel is better than Crocodile. He just has aura, dude. What do you mean he's boring? Enel is not boring, dude. He actually has aura. I know that sounds cringe, but he does. He's just so cool. And like, he never had to face the repercussions for his actions his entire life. I would put it, would I put it above Alabasta? I think so. I think they're equal. In all honesty, I think they're equal, just because I think what makes them equal is because what Skypiea becomes later on. We also had so many hilarious moments in this arc. What do you mean? Enel was you think Enel was not scary? That's crazy. That Crocodile was scary, right? But no, Enel was absolutely terrifying. If you didn't know science, and if you didn't know rubber was invincible against lightning, there was literally nothing that we can do. Nah. I think that's Enel was really scary, and like his building up to Enel was just amazing. Like the build up to him, whenever someone mentions something about him or someone gets on the island, he knows and then he strikes them down. Dude, that was actually amazing. What do you mean? No. Enel was just peak. And the characters in the arc itself, like Wiper, Asya, I think her name is, they were really good. We also got our first introduction to Haki. We got the best backstory so far with the Nolan backstory. Like up until this point, I think the Nolan backstory is the best. Like the only one that comes close to it is the Nami, and like it's between them three, Nami, Herlock, and Nolan. But I think Nolan cooks them because it ends tragically too, right? And it doesn't get resolved. Yeah, the crocodile over Enel. I can't get behind that. The only reason you can say that is because crocodile is... Oh, right, the Sanji moment. How can I forget? Oh my god. Bro, peak. Absolute Sanji peak moment. As a Sanji fan, we appreciate any moment that we get. You know what I mean? And he has so many. And also Sanji had some great moments in Alabasta. Mr. Prince. Nah, Sanji always has great moments. The only thing I would say on the crocodile over Enel is the fact that crocodile is still relevant till now, like literally till this point in the story. In their arcs, if we're speaking only in their arcs, I put Enel above crocodile. All right, now we get to Long Ring, Long Land. So I know a lot of people will put it here, and if you have watched the anime, and if you would definitely put it here. On the other hand, I think it goes right there. I think it's equal to the Little Garden. I think it's equal to Whisky Peak. It's just the calm before the storm of Water 7. You know what I mean? We actually need it. And it was hilarious. It was genuinely such a funny arc. It was such a funny arc. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't have much in terms of substance, but it's hilarious. And we needed it before what's coming. It's a needed arc. Now we get to the real arcs, right? Water 7, Enies Lobby. Hot take, this is a hill that I will die on, no matter what. Enies Lobby and Water 7 and post Enies Lobby are the same arc. They're just the same arc. You cannot convince me otherwise. I know the argument that people go and they say that, oh, they went to a different island. The conflict is on a different island. Name me another arc where we got the exact same villain for both arcs. There is no other arc that people say is the two different arcs except that one. It's like you're saying Onigashima and Wano are two separate arcs. It's the exact same thing. So to me, any Water 7, Enies Lobby, and Post Enies Lobby are one arc, and they're all our first perfect arc. I wouldn't change a single thing about this arc. Like I can't think of a flaw. Robin's backstory is just peak. Declaring war against the world government, it's just insane. Fighting Rob Lucci, getting cooked against Rob Lucci, Enies Lobby, Water 7, post Enies Lobby. To me, all the same arc, and they go in the perfect arc tier. I don't think that's a hot take. I think a lot of people would agree with that. All right, now Thriller Bark. Where would I place Thriller Bark? One of the absolute funniest arcs in One Piece, right? Thriller Bark. We needed some chill after Enies Lobby. Nah. It's very needed. I'm debating between these two. It's really good, right? I think Thriller Bark is the top of B so far because we got the nothing happened moment, and we got the Kuma moment, we got fighting oars, Shadow Luffy. It had some of the most iconic gags in one, like Luffy putting the zombie back. Absalom is garbage, right? This is why it's not A. I think it's still B, and I think it tops B easily. Okay, next up, Sabaody. Oh, all right. Well, we're just it's easy. It's an easy S tier. Sabaody is just peak. I don't think it's as good as these two just because of lengthwise and build up, but it's just amazing. Like fighting the general, the first Straw Hat defeat, Luffy punching the Celestial Dragon. What else? The introduction to the Supernovas, introduction to Rayleigh, dude. Oh my god. And Shaki, with how relevant Shaki is right now, but like, you know what I mean? Nah. It's an amazing arc. It's definitely S tier. But I don't think, just because of how long these two arcs are, Sabaody is peak. Sabaody is actually peak. just because of how long these arcs are and how much of a conflict it resolves, I don't think I can put it above them. It's really good. It's just the best. I love it. I love it so much. Amazon Lily. Hey, hot take again. I think it's good. I think it's really good. I really like it. Don't, hey, nothing weird. I'm not being weird, right? I'm not being weird. I just really, really love the lore that we get about the celestial dragons. Luffy being anxious about Ace, coming up with the plan. Dude, it shows how good. It's one of the arcs that really shows Luffy's character outside of his dynamics with the Straw Hats. Like when he chose to save those two that became stone over getting a ship instantly. It wasn't even a question. Dude, that moment still lives in my head rent free. Like actually. So I think it's really good. It's not better than Baratie, but to me it's like that moment of him saving the ladies instead of choosing a ship. To me, it's like him sitting down next to the dog. I think it's the same tier. Imple Down. Oh, Imple Down is just amazing, dude. Imple Down is great. Going back to Imple Down, it's just amazing. I don't think anyone. I think I'm actually underrating it by putting it in A, but it just doesn't have the impact that these arcs have for me, at least. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's really good, but it doesn't have that oomph. You know what I mean? It doesn't have that thing that puts it above and beyond. Yeah, it was lower than. Yeah, it to me it's definitely lower than Marineford. It's really good, but I just can't. I think it's better than Jaya for sure, but I can't put it in S tier. I just can't. It's really good, and we got to meet Buggy again, Buggy D Clown. We got to meet Mr. 3. We got to meet Crocodile again. Jinbei for the first time, and it has this escaping like anxiousness. We got to meet Ivankov, Bon Clay. Yeah, it's really good, but I just can't put it in an S. In my opinion, it just doesn't go there. Marineford is just, it's Marineford. It's a perfect arc, but Enies Lobby just diffs. It just low diffs, and Enies Lobby instantly low diffs. You know what I mean? But it's a perfect arc. Like Whitebeard's death, Ace's death. We see the reveal about Ace being Roger's son. And it's just different. It's just something else. It's amazing. Post-war was good. I think, yeah, it's high. It's really good. It just doesn't have, you know what I mean? It doesn't have this strength. It's a good arc. It does what it does really well. We finally actually get a backstory to Luffy, and the 3D2Y, that moment was peak. But yeah, that's just it. You know what I mean? And Luffy realizing the Straw Hats. I think it's equal to Thriller Bark in my opinion. Return to Sabaody. I think it's B tier. I really love it. But it just doesn't have much to it. You know what I mean? It's really good. We got reintroduced to the Straw Hats with their new looks. Everything. It's hilarious with the fake Straw Hats. That's always funny. But it's just, I think it goes right there. Okay? Fishman Island. I could get cooked here. Alright, hear me out. Hody is garbage. I understand. However, that's the point. He's garbage for a reason. It shows that this mentality shouldn't exist. It shows that this mentality is garbage. So a character like him shouldn't really have much substance to him. But other than Hody, the arc is just amazing. Okay, and we got the issues with the Sanji. Yeah, those were big issues. Actually, these two are the only things that you have against Fishman Island. These two are the only things that you can say are bad about Fishman Island. However, it's just really good. What can I say? Fisher Tiger, Otehime, the celestial dragon that turned good. We see the Straw Hats being cool again. We get to them being invincible again. Like Luffy knocking out 50,000 fishmen. Oh my god, that scene was living rent-free in my head for a long time. Yeah, it was like that in Return to Sabaody, but it wasn't to that extent. Dude, here we got introduced to Joy Boy for the first time. We got to know Poseidon. We got the backstory. We got the moment with Jinbei and Luffy. We got Luffy joining the Straw Hats. Not officially, but like eventually he's gonna join. No. I really love it. I really love it. We got the prophecy of Luffy destroying the Fishman Island. We got Luffy about to destroy Noah. We got the Luffy using the voice of all things officially for the first time in the story, or one of the first times, right? It's just really good. I think to me its negatives, its positives outshine the negatives too much for me to put it anything above B, below B. Like if I had to say, it would be the best of B, right? Like I make it sound like it'd be better on a reread. I didn't reread it, but this is just from revisiting revisiting all the lore. Dude, it has so much lore. And I revisited the backstory while I was making the last video. I revisited the Fisher Tiger backstory. Oh my god, it lives up. With Koala, dude, them getting to know Koala and accepting her even though she's human. No. It's really good. It's really good. What do you mean? I love it. I just can't. I can't, in my good conscience, put it at B. I know all the problems it has in the anime, right? But I'm talking about the manga here. It's amazing. We got Red Hawk, a tribute to Ace. No. I just can't. Hot take. This is my One Piece hot take. Fishman Island is A tier. Hey, cook me if you want. All right, next up, Punk Hazard, the funniest arc of One Piece. It is peak comedy for One Piece. The Straw Hats getting in each other's bodies, there's just peak comedy that's there to make from that interaction. It will be forever funny to me. Frankie being inside Chopper's body, that will always be funny to me. It just cannot not be funny to me. It's amazing. We got a taste of the interactions with Law. We got Caesar the Clown. He's really mid, but he was funny. I'm telling you, it's just peak comedy. Maybe it's not the top of B tier, but it's comedy. I think it's right there. I think it fits right there perfectly. I'd put it above Baratie. Yeah, it's really funny, dude. It's really funny. Thriller bark level. Yeah, actually, I think I'm overrating this a bit. All right, yeah, it's thriller bark level. Punk Hazard, the thriller bark level. It's the equivalent of thriller bark. It's the build up to the big one. You know what I mean? It's the build up to what's coming next with the peak of Dressrosa. And now let's get to Dressrosa. Oh, obviously, just an S tier arc. It tops S tier. Law's backstory. Doflamingo. Just Doflamingo himself. Gear 4th. Dude, it has so many great things. It has a lot of flaws. I can admit that. It's just a peak arc. It's amazing. It does everything really well. It has its flaws. That's why it has a lot of flaws. Like, so many characters. I think that's one of its issues. And, like, it kind of dragged for a bit. But other than that, I think it handled the conflict really well. It had so many great moments. So many great moments. It had the only great moment for Usopp Boss time skip. So that's something. You know, that's something. I think Dressrosa is an S tier arc, but it's just not perfect, right? It has its flaws. Nah. It's not post-time skip Water 7. Water 7 is better. Water 7 is better, but what it tries to do, it's a really ambitious arc by Oda. And what it tries to do is that I didn't read it weekly, so I didn't read or watch it weekly, but so that's affecting my opinion, obviously. But on a binge, it's amazing. On a binge, it's just amazing. You can ignore the flaws, but there are flaws. It's not a perfect arc. Zoe was a needed break after Dressrosa. We got, like, again, another flaw of Dressrosa. The entire arc was on just this tiny one look for the entire arc. We didn't get much visual variety, right? We got bored of the same look, the same time. The entire arc took place in one morning. You know what I mean? That's too much. So I think I think in my conscience I can't put it above in a perfect arc. Here, Zoe was amazing with Raizo's is alive. I think it's really good. I think it's better. Yeah, I think I put it here. It just is. It's a good needed arc. We got introduced to Zunisha. We got introduced to Jack. We got to see more of Caesar being an absolute piece of garbage. You know what I mean? Him being him using chemical weapons, Jack being an absolute monster. We got all that. But it's just, you know, it doesn't have a lot of impact like the arcs that I have above it. Whole Cake Island, it's a perfect arc. Hot take. It's the lowest of the perfect arcs. It has a lot of lore, yes. Zoe has a lot of lore. It's just, dude, does it beat? Okay, it's above Punk Hazard, sure. Whole Cake Island though, it's a perfect arc. Whole Cake Island is just amazing. A Whole Cake Island with Sanji's backstory again. Like, we get an actual backstory for Sanji. We get the moment where he's crying. We get, as a Sanji fan, I cannot in good conscience put it below a perfect arc, you know what I mean? In the anime, it has a lot of flaws, right? But in the manga, hey, it's peak. Peak, absolute peak. I love it. Also, Big Mom was amazing in this arc. And then the most obvious thing, the best part of this arc, Katakuri versus Luffy. The best fight in One Piece so far. I think the only fight that could be on the same level or beat it is like Luffy versus Blackbeard or Luffy versus Emo. I don't think any other fight with Luffy can beat Luffy versus Katakuri. So I think that alone, and I can't think of a flaw. Oda used Dressrosa to perfect the long arc, and then he perfected it with Whole Cake Island. The Reverie is just S tier. It's just amazing. It does what it does so well. Every time we turned the page, we were just blown away. Like, it was just peak. We got the Shanks the rat, right? Later, it, you know, no spoilers, but like Shanks the rat, we get introduced to that him. We got like Emu. We got introduced to Emu for the first time. We got so many great things in this arc. It's just, in just 6 chapters, just 6 chapters, it becomes S tier in my opinion. With just 6 chapters. Now we get to Wano. I personally love Wano, right? So to me, it's between here and here. However, like, I feel like it's better than Whole Cake Island, but it's not a perfect arc. This is what I'm confused. You know what I mean? Like, it has its flaws. Act 1 and 2 were kind of boring a little bit. Act 3, if we're talking Act 3, if we're only talking Act 3, oh, it's definitely a perfect arc, and I would put it above above what Marineford. But the fact that Act 2, I don't even remember what Act 2 has. Is it just the prison? Right? Like, the peaks of Wano are definitely better than the peaks of Whole Cake Island, but it's just not a perfect arc. So I cannot, in good conscience, put it in a perfect arc tier. But it's just amazing. It's the best. So I don't know. I'm kind of confused. I think I'll do a compromise. The Wano tier. You know what I mean? It's almost a perfect arc. It has Gear 5, it has so much lore, it has everything going for it. But it also has flaws. You know what I mean? So I can't put it in a perfect arc. I can't in my good conscience put it as a perfect arc. Alright. Wano Act 3 is perfect. Exactly. Wano Act 3 is just perfect. Now we get to Egghead. And Egghead is just it's just the best arc of One Piece. It is the peak of One Piece. Like, nothing is better than Egghead. And the only thing that's going to be better than Egghead is what's to come, you know what I mean? Like, currently, Elbaf, I feel like it's gonna beat Egghead. Like, Elbaf is the only arc that I feel like it can beat Egghead. Egghead is just in a different tier. Egghead. It's just the best arc of One Piece. You cannot convince me otherwise. It doesn't have one dull moment. There wasn't a chapter that came out and I was like, okay, this is kind of mid, or okay, I don't know, if I'm not on board. Every single chapter that came out was peak. We got Kuma's backstory. We got Bonnie going back to Kuma. We got another Celestial Dragon Punch. How can we have that again? You know what I mean? It's just that good. It's the best arc. Yeah, Egghead came out of nowhere too. Everyone thought Egghead was gonna be like Zoe or like the Reverie. Egghead was just gonna be this short arc. We get to meet Vegapunk, and we get to move on right away to the next thing. Maybe it's Elbaf, maybe it's something else. But other than that, it was just it blew us all away. We got the reveal that Soul is alive too. That's massive. That's amazing, right? No. Like, Egghead is just something else. Egghead is the best arc in One Piece, and oh my god, we got Joey Boy lore too. We got, dude, the more I keep remembering, Yeah, Kuma. Cry your eyes out. Kuma deserves those tears. The more that I think about it, it's just something else. Egghead is amazing, and Elbaf is gonna be the same level. I definitely feel like it's gonna be the same level. We already have a backstory that's about to be the same level as Kuma's backstory. That might be a hot take. I don't know, but I think this current backstory that we're in right now, it's what makes One Piece amazing for me. I love this current backstory that we're having. It's just amazing. There's nothing more to say. There's no flaws. Yeah, and Elbaf has no L's till now. Till now it has zero flaws. Every time we think there would be a flaw, like with Loki or with the villains, Oda is just alright. It throws all our doubts out of the nearest window. It just shows us that no, he got us. You know what I mean? It's definitely the best arc. It's definitely going to be the best arc in my opinion. I think it's going to beat Egghead. At least the same level, but I think it's going to be Egghead. I think that's my tier list. The only F tier arc is Syrup Village. Yes. So I think I'm actually satisfied with this. The tier list is over, boys and girls. We're satisfied. Any takes? I think I would get cooked for this take right here. It's a top heavy tier list, right? It's definitely a top heavy tier list. But hey, I'm a One Piece fan. What do you think would happen?